The Carolina Panthers have signed former Baylor head coach Matt Rhule to a 6-year, $70 million contract with incentives, of course. And it's, well known at this point in time that college success as a coach does not equate to success in the NFL. It's a completely different league, different system, different, you game plan differently. You don't exactly get your hands on every single player coming onto that team like you do in college, where you have, the say in pretty much everybody getting recruited to the team. So you really don't want to just jump the gun and assume this guy's going to be bad at his job or terrible or good at his job. But at the same time, we've seen college coaches come in, in the NFL, some of them very good coaches, very well-respected ones, come in the NFL and bust. They couldn't handle it, the difference. It's different for them coaching that type of style, coaching, the players that they were technically given, not recruiting. And we've seen other guys like Pete Carroll come in and do a great job. So here's what I'm looking at for how Matt Rhule is going to do. First of all, there's nothing that glares more than this. In his time at Baylor, Matt Rhule has an 0-11 record going into games against top 25 ranked teams. 0-11. That is not good. That is actually very bad. That is the complete exemplance of a player or a coach that doesn't know how to win a big game. Something you probably don't want as a coach in, the NFL or anywhere for that matter if you're worried about winning big games. But overall, his coaching record, he's 47-43 in his career in college. Now, you can bring up the negatives, but at the same time, he did rebuild both Temple and Baylor. Now, say what he came into with Baylor or Temple. But at the end of the day, the first season with both those teams was terrible. And the next 2 seasons, he turned it around. By the time the 3rd season, it was good contender teams at the end of the season. He did a good job of, it took some time to get that system in, but he did a good job of turning the team around and getting it there. And we talked about the whole system thing with college and football being different. But you do take a look at those past 2 seasons in Baylor, the QB led the team in rush attempts. That's always something you watch going into the NFL because a lot of these guys, they're pocket passers. That's the success here in the NFL, minus Lamar Jackson. That's how you do it in the NFL. But if there was this perfect fit for a guy coming from college to the, NFL, I do feel like, again, kind of like we've seen with Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson, he kind of made it work there, I guess. But you do look at Carolina. If Carolina chooses to keep Newton around, if they choose to, say you don't have to be a pocket passer, we're going to do what you do best and have you run the ball, you look at this and say, this is actually a perfect situation for a college coach to come up and see what he has, because he's going to have that ability to use, both dimensions of Cam Newton being the run game and the pass game if they choose to go down that route. So I do feel like it could be a system that fits for him. I'm just, as a player or a person looking at a coach, what I'm concerned about is this guy is technically had 2 good seasons as a college coach, if you want to go down that route. 2, maybe 3 if you want to be that way. But you see a lot of the guys coming to the NFL 11-2, 10-3, 11-2 consistently every single year, proving they can build that team with consistency. We haven't seen that out of this guy yet. I think that's the one concern with him. Good luck to him though over there in Carolina.